Today I'm going to show you how to easily hardwire a radar detector in a Toyota Land Cruiser 250 and also how to properly mount it to make it as inconspicuous as possible. To do this job, you'll need a hardwiring kit, a mounting kit, as well as your favorite radar detector. I am using a Uniden R8. What an amazing device. I'm going to link this as well as the tools and products in the video description. Okay, let's get started. First thing you need to do is get the mirror out of the way, and then we have to remove this top cover, which is held using 2 clips. If you press the bottom piece, it simply pops out and you can get it out of the way. Now, in my previous videos with my previous vehicles, I used to use a mirror tap, but in a Toyota, especially with the kit that's available, they made it super simple because all you have to do is you have to get this splicer kit. The plug is located right here. So just take your nail, take the plug out. Let's get a screwdriver. There we go. First, and it plugs out. Then you take your harness, and it's essentially an extension. So you plug it in here, then this guy plugs in there, and now you have this end. This end is used to house a USB insert. So this is basically your USB clip. In order for me to mounted to the actual cable that powers the radar detector, I also need a USB to USB-C adapter, but that's not a big deal. So you plug it in here, plug everything in there. Next, to test everything, we're going to take my radar detector cable that then plugs into here. And now let's test the actual radar detector. So we plug it in there, start the ignition. Moment of truth. Yay! It works! This is really all it is. Now what we have to do is tuck everything out of the way, and then I'm going to show you how to mount the actual mount. You just have to make sure you tuck everything out of the way, and it's pretty straightforward.
12 seconds later.
After some finagling, I was able to tuck everything in here. The cable is out of the way, which means we can put the top cover back on, and it's exactly reverse of removal. It should click in place. The mount that we're going to be using today is a very high quality universal mount. The way it works is you just have to assemble the clip for the Uniden. Depending on the radar detector that you will have a different ending, but in my case, it's my Uniden ending. And you have 2 sets of screws, a longer one and shorter one. And what it does is it wraps around this little guy here, and then you just tighten it. So let's insert the other one. You can tighten by hand as much as you can. And when you've done so, before you fully tighten it, just adjust the mirror to your liking. Okay, in my case, this is it. Nothing is impeding the operation. And then when you're happy with the positioning, take your provided Allen tool and just tighten it. Now, you don't want to go too crazy with tightening because you don't want to break the plastic. Now, the next step is putting your radar detector in, sliding it in place, taking the cable out. You see, I only left a little bit, and then you have the beauty of adjusting it. You can slide it forward, you can slide it backwards. I'm going to slide it backwards so it's sort of sitting flush with the mirror. And you just want to tighten it as best as you can, and check this out. You have a beautifully mounted and hardwired radar detector in your Land Cruiser 250. Yes, you're probably not going to drive super fast in your Land Cruiser, but I come from owning a lot of fast cars and I'm used to it. And I'm also used to being aware of when and where police are. Because it just, not that I drive crazy, but it gives me a peace of mind, and it's kind of cool knowing what many people don't know. This radar detector is highly recommended because you can actually sync it with your phone, with your Bluetooth, so you can get notifications via your car's stereo, which is really amazing. Anyways, I hope this was somewhat helpful if you're trying to do something similar. I'm going to link the products that I used in the video description. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'll address every single one of them. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.